Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb has suggested the three-eye atlas is actually some type of alien technology.
Picture this. July 1st, 2025. Astronomers worldwide receive alerts from automated sky surveys. A new object blazes across their screens, moving faster than anything we've cataloged before. They name it Three-Eye Atlas, expecting another routine flyby like Oumuamua or Borisov. But within weeks, the James Webb Space Telescope captures something that makes seasoned scientists question everything. This isn't just moving through our solar system, it's navigating it. Our story begins not with what we found, but with what found us. When Three-Eye Atlas first appeared in our instruments, it was traveling at an unprecedented 87 kilometers per second, fast enough to cross the Earth-Moon distance in just 80 minutes. To put that in perspective, that's nearly 3 times faster than Voyager 1's current speed, humanity's fastest spacecraft. But speed wasn't what triggered global scientific panic. Comets follow predictable physics. They slow down near massive objects, fragment under solar radiation, and follow parabolic trajectories. Three-Eye Atlas broke every rule. Instead of slowing, it accelerated. Instead of fragmenting, it stabilized. And most unnervingly, it began making micro-adjustments to its course. Corrections so precise they resembled spacecraft maneuvers. Dr. Sarah Chen from JPL noticed it first. The outgassing wasn't random. Every 17 minutes, like clockwork, we detected thrust pulses. Natural comets don't keep time. Historical context makes this even stranger. Throughout human history, we've recorded roughly 4,000 comets. None, absolutely none, have exhibited controlled propulsion. The closest analog was Oumuamua in 2017, which showed unusual acceleration attributed to outgassing, but even that paled compared to Three-Eye Atlas's synchronized bursts. The James Webb Space Telescope, humanity's most advanced eye in the cosmos, turned its full attention to this anomaly. What it found challenged our understanding of what's possible in space. The spectral analysis revealed something unprecedented. Synthetic polymers mixed with organic compounds, materials that simply don't form naturally in the vacuum of space. Think about that. We're detecting engineered molecules, carbon nanotubes, and isotopic signatures that match no known solar system object. Harvard's Dr. Avi Loeb, who previously suggested Oumuamua might be artificial, published emergency findings. The metallicity readings are off the charts. Radar returns show internal structures inconsistent with any comet nucleus we've studied. But here's where it gets truly bizarre. Amateur astronomers using long-exposure photography captured 3 distinct green beams emanating from the object, needle-like streams converging toward Mars. Professional observatories initially dismissed these as artifacts, until multiple independent sources confirmed Three-Eye Atlas was emitting directed energy beams, pulsing in perfect synchronization with its thrust events. The Goldstone Deep Space Communications Complex bounced radar signals off the object. The returns weren't the soft, snowy echoes of ice and rock. They were sharp, metallic, like pinging the hull of a ship. Mars, the red planet, our neighbor that once held oceans, atmosphere, and possibly life. Now, Three-Eye Atlas wasn't just passing by. Trajectory models showed it closing on a direct intercept course. Initial calculations placed it 1.95 million kilometers from Mars, cosmically close, but still a miss. Then, something changed. The object's periodic thrust pulses weren't random, they were corrective. Each burst nudged its path closer to Mars. JPL ran thousands of simulations. Just 10 kilometers per second of additional velocity, a fraction of what those pulses could generate, would guarantee impact between September 19th and 30th. The implications are staggering. An impact at 57 kilometers per second would release over 2 million megatons of energy. Imagine every nuclear weapon ever built detonating simultaneously, then multiply by 1,000. The crater would span 60 kilometers wide, 5 kilometers deep, ejecting debris into interplanetary space. Some of that material could eventually reach Earth, carrying whatever 3I Atlas contains. But physical destruction might be the least of our concerns. Mars hosts $8 billion worth of scientific equipment, rovers like Perseverance and Zhurong, orbiters from NASA, ESA, and other agencies. Decades of climate data, geological surveys, and the ongoing search for Martian life would be obliterated in seconds.
As scientists scrambled to understand, a pattern emerged that transcended coincidence. The SETI Institute made a startling discovery. When they converted 3I Atlas's trajectory data into binary and applied standard compression algorithms, structured information appeared. Not random noise, messages. The data contained atomic numbers: 6, carbon; 8, oxygen; 14, silicon; 26, iron, the building blocks of both biological life and machines. Interspersed were prime number sequences and recursive patterns used in our own deep space communications. The flight path itself was a signal, a message written not in radio waves, but in orbital mechanics. Even more unsettling, archaeoastronomers found ancient references. Babylonian tablets describe a flame serpent from the outer dark. Mayan codices speak of a celestial visitor that awakens the red god. Tibetan scrolls detail a sky dragon that speaks in angles. All describe the same sinuous path through the inner solar system, all pointing to Mars. A pre-Incan calendar stone from Tiahuanaco, when analyzed with modern photogrammetry, shows debris patterns from a Mars impact that exactly match Webb's current projections. How did ancient civilizations know? Is this a cycle? Has 3I Atlas visited before? Then Mars began to answer. The ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter detected xenon isotopes rising from deep fissures, not from solar radiation above, but from within the planet itself. Seismic activity spiked near Cerberus Fossae. Temperature readings jumped 3 Kelvin in subsurface layers. Most disturbing, magnetometer readings detected structured magnetic pulses repeating every 17 minutes, the exact interval of 3I Atlas's emissions. Mars wasn't being threatened, it was being activated. The Mars Express captured something that defied explanation: geometric patterns forming in the dust fields south of Noctis Labyrinthus. Over 4 hours, sand arranged itself into 2 perfect concentric ovals, then morphed into an unmistakable image, an eye, tilted at exactly 23.5 degrees, Earth's axial tilt. Mars had created a symbol visible from orbit, oriented specifically toward Earth. This wasn't erosion or wind. Something beneath the surface had deliberately formed a message we could see. Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system and thought geologically dead for millions of years, began emitting low-frequency harmonics. When visualized as spectrograms, these signals formed spirals, matching 3I Atlas's own emissions. Planet and visitor were singing the same song. As this cosmic dance reaches its crescendo, we must confront an uncomfortable truth. We may not be observers of a random celestial event, but participants in something far older and more intentional than we imagined. The James Webb's final scans revealed RNA-like sequences in 3I Atlas's vapor trail, not Earth-based, but unmistakably designed for replication. Life not as cells, but as information, drifting across space, responsive to intelligence itself. Every monument our ancestors built, Stonehenge, the pyramids, Teotihuacan, aligns with the current positions of Earth, Mars, and this visitor. Were they marking calendars, or were they marking appointments?
NASA's sudden silence, classified transmissions reading impact protocol initiated, and encrypted signals beamed to Mars suggest our governments know more than they're revealing. Are we preparing Mars for impact, or are we responding to an invitation written in the stars themselves? 3I Atlas forces us to confront the ultimate question. In a universe of infinite possibilities, is our first confirmed contact not with beings, but with their technology? A probe, a seed, a message, or something beyond our current comprehension? The impact window approaches. Whether 3I Atlas strikes Mars or passes by, one thing is certain: we're no longer alone in questioning our place in the cosmos. The universe has sent us a puzzle wrapped in ice and metal, powered by impossible physics and aimed with surgical precision. The question isn't whether we're alone anymore. The question is, are we ready for the answer? Subscribe for updates on this developing story. Share if you believe humanity needs to know. And ask yourself, if you could send a message across the stars, how would you make sure it was noticed? Because maybe, just maybe, we're watching someone else's solution to that very problem.